From million-dollar weddings to handbag collections worth more than houses, Real Housewives have redefined excessive spending. These aren't just designer splurges. They're jaw-dropping purchases that make lottery winners look frugal. Today, we're counting down the most outrageous, expensive, and absolutely shocking things housewives have actually bought. Buckle up. Purchase one. Kyle Richards, 18 Hermes Birkin bags. Kyle Richards from Beverly Hills doesn't just own one Hermes Birkin bag. She doesn't own 5, she owns 18 of them. And before you ask, yes, that's her confirmed number as of 2024. During a recent interview, Kyle's co-star Dorit guessed that Kyle had exactly 18 Birkins. And Kyle was genuinely shocked that Dorit got the number right. Here's the thing about Birkin bags. They're not just expensive, but they're legendary. These handbags can cost anywhere from $20,000 to over $200,000 each, depending on the leather, color, and rarity. Let's do some basic math. Even if Kyle's Birkins average around $50,000 each, that's $900,000 just in Birkin bags, almost $1 million in handbags. And get this. In 2017, Kyle's home was robbed, and her entire Hermes collection was stolen. She lost over $1 million in handbags and accessories. Most people would be devastated and maybe rethink their spending. Not Kyle. She simply rebuilt her collection from scratch. During a Beverly Hills episode, cameras caught Kyle at Garcel Birkin buying party, where she became obsessed with a $24,000 green Hermes Birkin, and she jokingly told Sutton to get her hands off it. Kyle's 18th Birkin came during a trip to Paris, and she noted that 18 is her lucky number. Whether it's lucky or not, that's a staggering amount of money sitting in one woman's closet. Kyle has even said she buys 4 of everything for her daughters, which is basically her way of saying she's planning to spend even more millions on handbags in the future. Purchase 2. Erika Jayne's $40,000 monthly glam budget. Erika Jayne from Beverly Hills made headlines when she revealed on The Wendy Williams Show in 2017 that it costs her $40,000 per month just to maintain her appearance. That's almost $500,000 every single year just on hair, makeup, and clothes. And later, Erika admitted that $40,000 might actually be on the low end. And her glam squad consists of a hairstylist, makeup artist, and her creative director, Mikey Minden. These aren't people who just show up for big events. They travel with Erika constantly. During cast trips on Beverly Hills, Erika flew her entire glam squad to locations like Dubai and Germany, and she paid for their hotel rooms so they could be at her beck and call 247. But here's where it gets even more outrageous. Court documents from Erika's divorce and Tom Girard's bankruptcy case revealed that between 2008 and 2020, Erika's entertainment company, EJ Global, spent over $25 million. Over $14 million went on her American Express card alone. Another $11 million was spent on her dance agency, glam squad, public relations firms, and various other expenses. Like that means Erika was spending over $2 million per year on average just to be Erika Jayne. The hair extensions alone were a nightmare. She told The Cut that it takes an entire day every 8 weeks to remove and reinstall her extensions. 1 full day of sitting in a chair just for hair. That's not maintenance. That's a full-time job. The craziest part, even after Tom Girardi was convicted of embezzling money from plane crash victims and widows, Erika continued spending big on her glam. Fans slammed her on social media for still maintaining a glam squad when she supposedly owed victims money. The hypocrisy was staggering, but Erika defended it by saying it's the cost of doing business. Purchase 3. Leanne Locken's $4.5 million wedding. Leanne Locken from Dallas threw a wedding so expensive it could have funded a small city's budget. Her April 2019 wedding to Rich Emberlin cost $4.5 million. Let me repeat that. $4.5 million for one day. The wedding dress alone was a custom creation by Dallas designer Nardos Imam that cost $25,000. It was made from re-embroidered French lace layered over Duchess satin. For the reception, Leanne changed into a white catsuit with a detachable 6-foot train, also designed by E.A. Enabor, but the dress was nothing compared to the jewelry. Leanne wore $3 million worth of borrowed jewelry from Joe Pesci Precious Jewels, but the tiara alone was worth $1.5 million and had 94 cat of diamonds and 164 carat of emeralds. She also wore matching emerald and diamond earrings, plus a one-of-a-kind bracelet. There was a 12-oot tall wedding cake decorated with a floral motif, monograms, and glittering rhinestones. Guests were greeted by the bubble tap champagne trailer and had access to a giant charcuterie board. After spending $4.5 million, Leanne didn't serve an actual dinner. The ceremony was at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the reception didn't start until 7:00 p.m. Guests waited 5 hours, presumably starving, only to find light appetizers, cheese, charcuterie, and cupcakes. No sit-down dinner, no buffet, just snacks after waiting all evening. Her co-stars were openly complaining on camera about being hungry, and viewers absolutely roasted Leanne on social media for not feeding people at such an extravagant event. Purchase 4. Kyle Richards' $8 million home. Kyle Richards and her arranged husband, Mauricio Umansky, don't just live in a nice house, they live in an $8 million estate in Inino, California. And that's just the purchase price. The amount they've spent renovating and decorating over the years is probably another few million. The home has been featured extensively on Beverly Hills. Moss and viewers have gotten glimpses of the massive master bedroom, her enormous closet filled with designer clothes and shoes, and the outdoor entertaining areas. Kyle has hosted numerous events at the house, including parties that have been filmed for the show. Real estate in Beverly Hills and surrounding areas is notoriously expensive, and Kyle's house reflects that. For perspective, co-star Dor at Kemley's house is valued at over $6.5 million. These aren't just homes. They're investments that require constant upkeep, property taxes, insurance, and maintenance that most people can't even fathom. Purchase 5. Bethenny Frankel's $200,000 wedding. Bethenny Frankel from New York City is known for being business savvy, but even she went all out for her 2010 wedding to Jason Hoppy. The wedding reportedly cost $200,000, although there's speculation that Bravo might have covered some of the costs since it was filmed for her spin-off show Bethenny Getting Married. $200,000 for a wedding is absolutely insane. The average American wedding costs around $30,000, meaning Bethenny spent almost 7 times that amount. The wedding took place at the Four Seasons restaurant in New York City, one of the most exclusive venues in Manhattan. Of course, the marriage only lasted about 2 years before things fell apart, leading to one of the most contentious divorces in Real Housewives history. The custody battle over their daughter Brynn dragged on for years and cost both sides millions in legal fees, decked so that $200,000 wedding turned into a multi-million-dollar nightmare. Purchase 6. Vicki Gumblison's $75,000 Maserati. Vicki Gumbleson from Orange County loves to show off her success, and nothing says success like driving a Maserati. Vicki purchased a brand new Maserati that cost upwards of $75,000. For Vicki, the car represents the hard work she's put into building auto insurance. Maserati is an Italian luxury brand known for combining premium materials with superb performance. These aren't practical cars, they're status symbols, and they come with hefty maintenance costs. Owning a Maserati means expensive repairs, costly insurance, and steep depreciation. But for someone like Vicki, who wants everyone to know she's successful, the price tag is worth it. But several other Orange County housewives also drive luxury vehicles. These women don't do minivans or practical sedans. They drive vehicles that announce their wealth. Purchase 7. Dorit Kemley's Birkin collection. Dorit Kemley from Beverly Hills is another Birkin obsessive. While we don't have an exact count of how many Birkins Dor owns, she's been photographed carrying multiple different ones throughout her time on the show. Given that she knew Kyle had exactly 18 Birkins, it's safe to assume Dor has been keeping track because she's collecting them too. What makes Dor's Birkin collection particularly interesting is the controversy surrounding her finances. Dorit and her husband PK have faced multiple lawsuits over unpaid debts, including owing money to a Las Vegas casino and being sued by various creditors. Yet somehow, Dorit keeps showing up with new Birkin bags. In 2021, Dorit claimed her home was robbed and that thieves stole handbags and jewelry worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some fans questioned whether the robbery was staged for insurance money, though no evidence ever proved those theories. Regardless, the fact that Dor had that much in handbags and jewelry to steal in the first place shows her spending habits. Purchase 8. Lisa Vanderpump's Villa Rosa estate. Lisa Vanderpump doesn't just own a house. She owns Villa Rosa, a Beverly Hills estate that looks like something out of a European fairy tale. The property is worth millions and features a pink exterior, perfectly manicured gardens, and is home to Lisa's beloved swans and numerous dogs. Inside Villa Rosa is even more impressive. The home has multiple living areas, a massive kitchen, elegant dining rooms, and Lisa's enormous dressing room that's bigger than most people's entire homes. Her closet is filled with designer clothes, shoes, and handbags organized by color and style. The maintenance alone on Villa Rosa must cost a fortune. Lisa has a full staff to care for the property and the animals. The landscaping is pristine at all times. Everything from the furniture to the decoration screams luxury. Lisa has made Villa Rosa her brand, and maintaining the brand requires constant investment. Purchase 9. Sutton Straw is Custom Dolly and Gabbana. Sutton Straw from Beverly Hills entered the franchise as Lisa Rinna's wealthy friend who shops for couture fashion. Sutton revealed that Dolly and Gabbana sends her custom designs directly. She doesn't shop off the rack like regular people. Designers create pieces specifically for her. Custom Dolce & Gabbana couture can cost anywhere from tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars per piece. These aren't dresses you wear once and donate. These are investment pieces that require special care and storage. Sutton's closet is filled with candy-colored Hermes bags and designer couture from the world's top fashion houses. What sets Sutton apart is that she's quieter about her wealth than some other housewives. She doesn't constantly brag about what things cost, but make no mistake, Sutton is spending serious money on fashion. Her entire introduction to the show was built around her being the rich friend who wears couture casually. Purchase 10. Teresa Giudice's $5,500 reunion dress. Teresa Giudice from New Jersey wore a stunning sequin gown designed by Michael Costello to the season 11 reunion that cost $5,500. The dress had an elegant but distinctive look with a plunging neckline, high slit, and prominent shoulder pads. Teresa matched the sequin dress with equally dazzling jewelry by Sofor Jewelry. $5,500 for one dress that you wear for a few hours is excessive. But for housewives, white reunion dresses are their moment to shine. These episodes are some of the most watched, so housewives pull out all the stops. Teresa has worn expensive custom gowns to almost every reunion, treating them like red carpet events. The irony is that Teresa spent years claiming she was broke after her fraud conviction and prison sentence. She said losing her home and assets devastated her financially. Yet she continued buying expensive dresses, getting designer everything, and living a lifestyle that didn't match her claims of financial hardship. That $5,500 dress represents Teresa's priorities. Looking rich on camera matters more than actually being financially responsible. Purchase 11. Melissa Gorga's $5,000 custom couture gown. Melissa Gorga, also from New Jersey, wore a partially see-through, a heavily embellished silver gown designed by Ryan Patro to her 9th reunion. The custom-made couture gown was tailor-made for Melissa, and Ryan Patro's custom couture pricing starts at $5,000 and only goes up from there. Melissa paired the dress with earrings, bracelet, and rings by Nicole Rose Kopelman. $5,000 is the starting price, meaning Melissa's gown likely costs significantly more given all the embellishments and custom work. She owns a boutique called Envy, where she sells much more affordable clothing to regular people. Yet she spends thousands on a single dress for herself. The disconnect is real. Purchase 12. Garcel Beauvais' $24,000 Birkin party. During a Beverly Hills episode, Garcel Beauvais hosted a Birkin bag buying party where the ladies could shop for her mess directly. One green Birkin bag was priced at $24,000, and Kyle Richards became obsessed with it during the event. The fact that Garcel hosted a party specifically for buying Birkin bags shows how normalized excessive spending is among this group. These aren't women who save up for years to buy one special bag. These are women who casually shop for multiple bags costing tens of thousands of dollars each while drinking champagne with friends. Garcel herself joked on the show that she'd never be able to afford a real Birkin, but then she ended up getting one anyway. There was even a storyline about whether Garcel actually had an authentic Birkin or if it was fake. The obsession with these bags among Beverly Hills housewives borders on cult-like behavior. Purchase 13. Erika Jayne's $14 million American Express bill. The most shocking financial revelation from Erika Jayne's legal troubles was that she spent over $14 million on her American Express card between 2008 and 2020. $14 million on one credit card. That averages out to over $1 million per year in credit card charges. What do you even buy to rack up $14 million on American Express? According to court documents, it was everything from designer clothes to travel to entertainment expenses to restaurant bills. Erika lived like money was unlimited because for her, it was. Tom Girard's law firm was paying all her bills. The trustee handling Tom's bankruptcy case argued that Erika knew exactly where the money was coming from. She signed tax returns. Now she saw credit card statements. She knew the law firm was funding her lifestyle. Yet she claimed complete ignorance and painted herself as a victim who trusted her husband. That $14 million American Express bill tells a different story. Purchase 14. Diana Jenkins Birkin Collection. Diana Jenkins joined Beverly Hills in season 12 as the richest housewife in franchise history with a net worth reportedly in the hundreds of millions. Her Birkin collection reflects that wealth. Diana owns more Birkins than Kyle Richards, though the exact number hasn't been confirmed on camera. Diana treats Birkin bags the way most people treat everyday purses. She has them in every color and style. For Diana and me, Birkin bags aren't special purchases. They're just normal accessories. The difference between Diana and other housewives is that Diana actually has the wealth to support her spending. She's not pretending to be rich or living beyond her means. She genuinely has hundreds of millions of dollars, so spending a few million on handbags barely makes a dent in her fortune. From million-dollar homes to individual dresses that cost more than most people's monthly salary, snorts. Real Housewives have shown us that excessive spending is part of the brand. Whether they can actually afford it or not is another question. Which purchase shocked you most? Let us know below and subscribe for